In a makeshift workshop tucked in a darkened former Macy's, Bill Healy plies his craft.
Things that are just been either scratched or damaged on the way over.
A little glue here, some gold there. Healy's North Shore business specializes in antiques, but even he was wowed by the Waldorf collection.
I've never seen anything like it. Things out of the Waldorf, you expect them to be good quality. Some of the pieces look like they should be in a palace, but there are things that are traditional and things that people would see in their homes too. They custom decorated rooms for people that would come in. It's overwhelming when you see the amount of furniture and decorative items that are here. More just rolled in.
Explain what's in this room. This used to be a Forever 21.
Yeah, so we're in a Forever 21, which has been repurposed as the 40th floor of the Waldorf Astoria. What differentiates the Waldorf from almost any other hotel I've ever seen is that they retained their historical items and they bought antiques to start with. So they furnished their rooms with some amazing, interesting things back in the day that now, have arrived here, and we're, finding some astonishing things.
To own even a small piece of the Waldorf Astoria is to own a piece of a long storied history. Known as Host to the World, the unofficial palace, the hotel was born out of a rivalry between cousins William Waldorf Astor and John Jacob Astor IV. Two hotels on New York's Fifth Avenue became one. In 1931, a new hotel was built on Park Avenue, then the largest and tallest hotel in the world. Now, as everything from furniture belonging to the Duke and Duchess of Windsor to the famous Bull and Bear Bar goes on the auction block, another New York landmark will be the beneficiary.
It's the St. Bartholomew's Church, is that right?
That's correct. I think it's a good match, so it will help them greatly in restoring their church.
The church and hotel stand side by side on Park Avenue.
We went through a very difficult time in the 70s and 80s, as you know, where New York was almost bankrupt. And as a result, the church was unable to afford its upkeep.
Leading the restoration effort is Carol Bailey French, president of St. Bartholomew's Conservancy.
Because we are independent and we're not a religious organization, our mandate runs to the exterior of the buildings and the gardens. The beneficiary of the auction is going to be the north facade. It's a very long, it's almost a block long. There are 11 different shades of brick in this building in the Byzantine style. But at the moment, there are things growing out of it.
The church is renowned for its bronze doors, sculpted under the supervision of Daniel Chester French, and is home to the largest pipe organ in New York City. The Waldorf has long been a good neighbor.
In the 30s, St. Bartholomew's used to have an annual parish dance on the roof of the Waldorf. This is now working the other way. I wish that everybody who looks down on us would be as interested and generous. There's so many people around the world who have some feeling for the Waldorf, and now it will live again.
It's ready.
All that's left now, says Frank Kaminsky, is to start the bidding.
It'll take place here. You can bid live. You can come to the auction. Make sure you're wearing your mask. There's 1 million square feet here, so there's plenty of space for social distancing. It's not only the treasure hunt and discovering these pieces, it's amazing to find out who's going to end up with the item. Maybe one of our past presidents will bid on something that has stayed at the hotel. So
I love that.
It's a lot of fun.
And because there's an auction for anything and everything after the contents of the Waldorf Astoria are settled in new homes, there's still one more auction on the block, says Cliff Shore.
As a bit of a quid pro quo for doing the auction here, we're also going to help the new mall owner to liquidate all of the contents of all these retail stores, all the food courts. There is an enormous amount of infrastructure here that will go to make way for whatever the new use is going to be here.
Talk about going out in style. And back to St. Bartholomew's Church, the beneficiary of the auction. The portion being restored also houses social services, such as a meals program and a shelter for homeless women and children. Next door, the Waldorf Astoria will preserve many of its own iconic features as it moves into the future, both as a hotel and residences, attracting a generation of celebrities new to that experience, no doubt. Coming up, persistence pays off for this auction aficionado.